The Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. It's a territory of the United States, but it is very, 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 very far from the mainland U.S. I think we can show you on a map here. This is the United States. You see over there on the right side of the map, that's the Pacific coast side of the American mainland. You see the state of Hawaii way out there in the Pacific Ocean. And then way, 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 way further out in the Pacific from Hawaii, you find the Northern Mariana Islands. They are way out there. They are way closer to, say, Australia than they are to the United States. And that's important. That proximity plays a crucial part in a big story that just broke this evening as we were getting on the air. Because at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, local time, in the Northern Mariana Islands, in a U.S. federal courthouse in the capital of Saipan, Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, is expected to appear and to plead guilty to a single felony count of illegally obtaining and disclosing national security material. And the really huge news here is that after he pleads guilty in that federal courthouse in the Northern Marianas Islands, after he pleads guilty there, he will be allowed to fly home to his native Australia as a free man. For the last 5 years, Julian Assange has been in prison in Britain. He has been fighting attempts to extradite him to the United States to stand trial on more than a dozen charges that he illegally obtained and disseminated classified information on his WikiLeaks website. Even once he and the United States Department of Justice reached an agreement under which he would plead guilty to one count, essentially be sentenced to time served and released from prison in Britain, there was still one last hang-up that needed to be sorted out. Defendants, if they're going to plead guilty to a felony, they have to do it in person. Julian Assange has always adamantly refused to set foot in the mainland United States. And so that's where this compromise came from. The Northern Marianas, the Northern Mariana Islands, that is where he will enter his plea. Julian Assange first made a name for himself leaking volumes of classified information on America's wars in Afghanistan and Iraq through the site WikiLeaks. He then, in 2016, published leaked material the Russian intelligence services had hacked from the Democratic Party. Russian military intelligence stole the material. Then they used WikiLeaks. They disseminated the material through WikiLeaks in a specific effort to hurt Hillary Clinton's campaign and help Donald Trump's campaign. Donald Trump, you will remember, happily accepted the help. He cited WikiLeaks nearly 150 times during the campaign, at one point just flat out crowing, "I love WikiLeaks." 3 years later, when Trump's Justice Department indicted Julian Assange, Trump claimed that he knew nothing about this organization. The Biden administration is the third U.S. administration to try to figure out what to do with Julian Assange. The Obama Justice Department ultimately decided that the First Amendment issues were basically too thorny. When the Trump Justice Department indicted Assange in 2019, many people feared it would have a chilling effect on the ability of journalists to report on national security and classified information. That said, lots of other people argued that what Julian Assange was doing was something other than journalism. But when it came to the Biden administration, it seems they just wanted to figure out a way to put this case to bed. And they have figured something out. And so on Wednesday, in a very unlikely spot in the middle of the Pacific, the long saga of Julian Assange versus the United States and the United States versus Julian Assange looks like it is set to come to an end. At least that's what it looks like from here. But watch this space.
Hey there, MSNBC fans. I'm Luke Russert, and be sure to join me, Rachel Maddow, Jen Psaki, Lawrence O'Donnell, Steve Kornacki, Joy Reid, and many more September 7th in Brooklyn, MSNBC Live Democracy 2024. Click on the link for ticket information. We will see you there.